Welcome to the Everything Reversed channel. Have you ever stopped to think about how everything in the world gets accomplished? This simple yet profound question sparks curiosity and invites exploration. Join us on a captivating journey into the processes that make our world function. From the straightforward act of tying a shoelace to the complex procedure of launching a satellite, every action has a method, a process, a how. We'll decode the intricate web of actions, decisions, and mechanisms that fuel our everyday routines and the world we inhabit. Are you ready to dive into the mechanics of our world? Let's buckle up. It's easy to overlook the details of how things work, especially when they are part of our daily lives. Consider making a cup of coffee. It seems simple, right? But what about the intricate process that got that coffee into your cup? The cultivation of the beans, the precision of the roast, the mechanics of your coffee maker? Each step is a marvel of complexity, hidden beneath a veneer of simplicity. What about sending an email? You type, you click, and off it goes. Yet behind the scenes, an intricate dance of coding and decoding, signal transmission and data storage takes place. Your simple email is actually a technological ballet, performed at lightning speed. Everyday tasks, the ones we often take for granted, are intricate tapestries of processes woven together to create a seamless experience. See, even the most mundane tasks are a symphony of processes. Let's turn our attention to the processes we don't see, the ones that make our lives possible. Our world functions on a bedrock of scientific principles that are constantly at work, even when we're unaware of them. These invisible processes are the unsung heroes of our existence, the silent partners that make everyday life possible. Let's delve into a few of these processes. Consider photosynthesis. This process, carried out by plants, is essentially how our planet breathes. In simple terms, plants absorb sunlight and carbon dioxide, and through a magical process, they create oxygen and glucose. This oxygen is what we breathe, and the glucose is a basic building block of our food. Without photosynthesis, life as we know it wouldn't exist. Gravity, another everyday phenomenon, is the invisible force that keeps our feet on the ground. It's what makes apples fall from trees and what keeps our planet orbiting the sun. Simply put, gravity is the attraction that objects with mass have for each other. The bigger the object, the stronger the gravitational pull. It's because of gravity that we're not floating off into space right now. Let's not forget about the water cycle, a beautifully choreographed ballet of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. The sun heats up the water in our oceans, causing it to evaporate and rise into the atmosphere. This water vapor then cools, forming clouds, which eventually release the water back to the earth as rain or snow. This process is vital for our planet's water supply and is also responsible for our weather patterns. These processes and countless others are the hidden science of everyday life. They work silently in the background, creating the conditions necessary for us to live, grow, and thrive. And while we may not always see them, we can certainly appreciate their impact. The world around us is a science lab, full of experiments in progress. Now let's flip the script and look at how complex systems manage to make things seem simple. Consider the internet, a global network connecting billions of devices. It's a marvel of modern technology, a digital labyrinth of servers, routers, and data centers. Yet, how often do you think about all that when you're simply scrolling through your favorite website? Not often, right? That's because the complexity of the internet is hidden beneath layers of simplicity. The same goes for global logistics. Imagine the journey of a single package. It starts in a factory, gets picked up by a delivery truck, transported to a shipping center, loaded onto a plane, flown across oceans, unloaded, reloaded onto another truck, and finally delivered to your doorstep. All of this happens in a matter of days, sometimes hours. What makes this possible? A complex system of coordination and communication between machines, people, and algorithms. Yet to us, it's as simple as clicking a button and waiting for our package to arrive. These systems work so smoothly because they are designed to hide their complexity. They break down colossal tasks into manageable parts, each handled by a specific component. This division of labor allows the system to function efficiently, even when it's handling a staggering amount of information or goods. But this isn't just about technology. It's a principle that applies to many aspects of our lives. Think about the human body. It's composed of trillions of cells, each performing a specific function. Yet, we don't think about all those cells when we take a step or lift a finger. We just do it. That's the beauty of complex systems. They manage to take the intricacies of their inner workings and present them as a single, simple action. They allow us to navigate a world that's far more complicated than we realize, without being overwhelmed by it. So next time you click a link or order a package, remember the enormous complexity that's working behind the scenes to make your life simpler. Complexity and simplicity, two sides of the same coin. But what about the human element? How do our individual actions contribute to these processes? You see, every process in our world, no matter how complex or simple, involves human intervention to some degree. Let's take your morning coffee, for example. It's not just about the coffee beans or the water temperature. There's a human hand that guides the process. The barista who grinds the beans, measures the water, and ensures that your coffee is brewed to perfection. Their expertise and decision-making skills contribute significantly to the final product. Similarly, consider a scientist conducting an experiment. It's not just about the chemicals and the lab equipment. There's a human mind behind the process, deciding which variables to change, which results to observe. The scientist's knowledge, creativity, and critical thinking skills are all crucial to the success of the experiment. Even in processes that seem entirely automated, there's a human element involved. Take your GPS navigation system, for instance. Yes, it's a machine that's doing the work, but who programmed that machine? Who decided on the algorithms that determine the fastest route, the voice that guides you, the updates that keep the system accurate? Humans, of course. Every line of code, every design decision, every update, they're all the result of human intervention. Human intervention isn't just about physical actions or intellectual decisions, though. It's also about the emotions, the empathy, the compassion that we bring to our interactions. Whether it's a teacher patiently explaining a concept to a struggling student, a nurse comforting a worried patient, or a friend offering a listening ear, these are all human interventions that make a difference. In essence, human intervention is all about making choices. Choices that affect the processes around us, choices that shape our world. So the next time you sip your coffee or use your GPS, remember the human element behind these processes. Remember that you too are part of these processes, contributing to the workings of the world in your own ways. We are all part of these processes, contributing to the workings of the world in our own ways. So, how does everything in the world get done? That's the question we've been exploring, and it's time to wrap it up. Remember when we talked about the simplicity of complexity? It's the idea that even the most intricate systems in the world can be broken down into simple, manageable pieces. The intricate workings of a clock, the flow of traffic in a bustling city, the rhythm of your heart beating, all these are complex systems, but they function because of the simplicity of their individual components. Then we delved into the science of everyday life. Science isn't just about complex equations and lab coats, it's present in every breath we take, every meal we cook, and every step we take. It's the laws of physics that keep our feet firmly on the ground and the chemistry that turns flour, water, and heat into a loaf of bread. We also touched on the complexity of simplicity. Sometimes things that appear simple are actually incredibly complex. Think about the human brain, a simple organ, yet it's the most complex structure in the known universe. And finally, we discussed the human element. The creativity, ingenuity, and sheer willpower that humans bring to the table. The bridges we build, the music we create, the problems we solve. All testament to the extraordinary capabilities of the human mind and spirit. The answer to how is a blend of simplicity, complexity, science, and the human touch. It's a symphony of processes, all working in harmony. So, we've pieced together the answer to how. We've seen the interplay of simplicity and complexity, the intersection of science and everyday life, and the vital role of the human element. But what does this symphony of processes look like? It's the clock ticking away, the traffic flowing in harmony, the heart beating in rhythm, the bread baking in the oven, the mind solving problems, the fingers creating music. It's the extraordinary and the mundane, the complex and the simple, the tangible and the intangible, all working together. It's the world as we know it, functioning in harmony every second of every day. And remember, you are an integral part of this symphony. Your actions, your thoughts, your creativity contribute to this grand performance. So keep playing your part, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep learning. Because the answer to how is always evolving, just like us. And that's a wrap for today's video. But the journey doesn't end here. There's always more to explore, more to understand, and more to learn. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and ring the bell icon. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the world around us. Until then, keep playing your part in the symphony of life.